Welcome back once more to another deck build challenge tournament, where every month my patrons face off against each other in a series of duels with strange theme decks. I am your host, of course, Hardleg Joe, and this month, the challenge that my patrons have concocted is... I'm not really... the deck building challenge? That sounds really awkward. Basically, there are sets in Yu-Gi-Oh! Called deck build sets, and usually they have 3 archetypes specifically in them, where most of the archetype is contained there, and you can just build a whole deck, 3 whole different decks out of that. You're talking about, like, the Secret Forces, I believe, was the first one, with Yosenju, Nekraz, and Ritual Beasts. The Grand Creators that had Punk, Exosister, and Adventure. Ancient Guardians with Ogdoadic, Sulfachord, and Ursardic. So, what the rules this month were, was that you had to pick a set, and then you have to build a deck using only cards from that set. And obviously there are some things that are going to work better than others, but you're also kind of locked in. Like Sky Striker is in one of these sets, but you don't get all of the Sky Striker stuff because they did release a couple cards later. So you're basically stuck with the initial Strikers. And you also don't have access to a lot of the cards that they use outside of that set. Things like Upstart Goblin, Metal Foes Fusion. You're pretty much only limited to whatever they happen to print in that set. And like before, I did not watch the tournament. I did not really have anything to do with the tournament whatsoever, except for offering prize money. That, and coming here after the fact, to look over the top 4 and see what's happening. Okay, so match 1 of the finals. Hungry Bear versus Ink Wormling. We've got Hungry Bear on Eldlich, opening with 2 Solemn Judgment, plus the Golden Land Forever. Cursed Outland's going to be able to get them the, well, pretty much anything. Scarlet Sanguine can get them out the Eldlich, so they can have basically 3 Omni Negates, plus a search card. Labyrinth has opened with a whole bunch of stuff. Labyrinth, a big trap-based deck. A lot of their cards are like, you could send a normal trap from your hand, or that's set to special summon a level 4 or lower fiend from your deck, except for itself. If another monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, draw 1 card, then apply this effect. Either special summon a fiend from your hand, or set a spell trap from your hand. So, a whole bunch of setting things. I'm not sure exactly what other traps came in that set. They have a couple traps of their own, I looked this up briefly, but they don't seem to remove monsters from the field. This special summons a Labyrinth from the deck, and if a monster leaves the field while this is in the graveyard, you can set this card. So, it doesn't look like the greatest start, but I guess we'll see. Oh, and it looks like the Labyrinth player is going first. They just set the field spell. Send this card from your hand to the graveyard, discard 1 card, set 1 Labyrinth spell trap from your deck. So they set... okay. I'm not sure why they set it and didn't activate it, or didn't activate anything else. Guess they're not worried about being OTK'd. Eldlich just going to send that off instantly. Then send that to summon itself. Set the 3, and then at the end phase, the Guardian gets them out the Scarlet Sanguine. And they are just solemn judgmenting the summon of the monster, probably because it can add any card. Getting out the second Eldlich. Of course, Sanguine can summon stuff other than Eldlich. If you already control one, it can get any zombie. But considering you're locked into the deck building set that is only Eldlich, I doubt there's anything else you really have other than maybe Unizombie or something. Okay, getting the 3rd Eldlich. Sending a back row. Welcome Labyrinth, being met with another Solemn Judgment. Down to 1,400 life points, but I don't think that matters because with 3 Eldlich on the field, you're just going to be able to stop everything. Well, that was fast. This Labyrinth deck doesn't seem to have very much teeth. They went first and all they did was set a field spell. Not really sure exactly what they can do, but there's at least 1 more duel in this. Let's go check that out. Okay, duel number 2. This time we're going from Ink Wormling's perspective. And just normal summon, set 5. And I was asking before what generic spell traps they have in here. Compulse is a pretty good one. This is what? If a monster leaves the field by your normal trap, so it doesn't have to go to the graveyard. They can send it. They got Cosmic to deal with the back row of the Eldlich. Although the Eldlich still has pretty good. They're going to be able to set 4. This is just Trap Fest. Trap Fest 2022. Okay, so they're Unizombying the Welcome Labyrinth to draw it. And what is this? Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to the activation of normal trap cards. You can only use the following effects once per turn. Target a normal trap in your graveyard, set it to your field. It can't be activated unless you control a fiend. If another monster leaves the field by a normal trap, destroy 1 card in your opponent's hand at random. Interesting. So they can basically bounce this, get a card out of the graveyard, reset that so they get another big monster next turn. And this is a 2900 beater. Alright. Looks like the shoe's on the other foot then. Going for the Eldlich. The Eldlich can't be destroyed, but Compulse is here, so doesn't matter. And this triggers everything. Destroy a random card, draw a card. Okay, Scarlet's coming down, but they're hitting that with the Cosmic Cyclone. Oofs and boofs. Attack over the Unizombie, attack for 29. And this allows them to set the field spell, which they're activating. I was gonna read it. I guess we should read it because they're solemn judgmenting it, which means it should be pretty good. If you activate a set Welcome Labyrinth trap, you can add this additional effect to that card effect at resolution. After that, destroy 1 card on the field. So literally just all the Welcome Labyrinth cards that don't remove a monster. The field spell says, oh yeah, the end of their text just says, after you do all that, destroy 1 monster. Interesting. If you activate a non-Labyrinth normal trap, except during the damage step, special summon a fiend from your hand or graveyard. Gotcha. So if you activate a Labyrinth trap, it blows something up, which triggers all these effects. And if you don't activate a Labyrinth trap, you can bring one of these back from the field or graveyard. Okie dokie. But they're solemning that. They're just going to reset, just once per turn, just reset a trap. Wow, this deck looks kind of fun, not gonna lie. I do like trap control. They're going to bounce that so it doesn't go to the graveyard. A monster left the field. Oh, wait. If another monster leaves the field. I see. So bouncing your own stuff back triggers everything. Summon a monster out of the grave. And I assume one of these is if a monster leaves the field while this is in the graveyard, you can special... Okay. So even when you compulse yourself, you're getting... And then this is just summon one from the hand! And Fiend Griefing. Truly the king of griefs. Target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, then send a Fiend. It's a normal trap, get stuff out of the graveyard. Okay, I've changed my mind. Clearly this is the most powerful deck. And I can see why it's doing so well. So we're down to the third duel. Who do you think's gonna win? Comment in the comments down in the chat. If you're watching here live on Twitch, which by the way, come to the streams, twitch.tv/hardleggaming, link in the description. You can watch these live. Go ahead and vote. In fact, I think the mods can start a poll, right? Let's start a poll. Let's see what the chat thinks. Alright, I figured out how to do predictions and polls, and it looks like we got Labyrinth with just 52% of the votes. People are slightly more keen on the Labyrinth over the Eldlich. Let's see what happens. Eldlich going first, starting with the Elixir of Black Awakening. You get the Eldlich, you activate Unizombie, increasing the level to 11, summon another Eldlich. That allows them to get the Scarlet Sanguine. So they're just going for maximum Eldlich because they've got all the negates. Interesting. Didn't negate the Labyrinth this time. But they solemned that, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Although every trap now has the ability to banish. I feel like this is something you really wanted to stop if you had Did they have more than one solemn? No, they said one solemn, one golden land forever. Okay. Yeah, so they've got stuff, but then here comes the biggin. Going to attack, 13. Welcome to Labyrinth. Destroys the back row. Get another one. Yeah, you can't get over. Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch. If you control a fiend, target one card on the field, destroy it, then send one fiend from your deck to the graveyard. I mean, that's not a Labyrinth card, but it's got the Labyrinth Maids on it, and it's clearly a Labyrinth card. Interesting. And that just allows them to summon another from the graveyard. That allows them to get another from the deck. Absolute King Backjack. Going to Conquistador. Blow up that. I feel like you really wanted to hit the field spell. But I guess hitting her before she can get a spell trap back is good. But as soon as they activate a trap, this activates. Or you could just summon one from the deck, yeah. Wow. Labyrinth's just absolutely brutal. Where's Harpy's Feather Duster when you need it? Trap Trick, set another ghostly glitch, bring that back, activate the glitch, popping everything, Backjack. I can't be destroyed, what the heck, Runic Destruction. I guess Runic's in the same thing. Target one spell trap, destroy it, but banish the top 4 cards. Special summon one Runic from your extra deck. Okay. So they destroy it. If it doesn't summon, it doesn't do anything. And they're just bringing back Trap Trick so they can search literally any trap from the deck. Setting traps and grabbing monsters and full field. We've got the full field, everyone. 11 cards. All you need is a card in the extra deck, and you can't get any bigger. Yeah, I'm sorry, Eldlich. You tried so far and you got so hard, but in the end, your gold just wasn't enough. Okay, looks like Ink Wormling will be continuing on with the Labyrinth. Is this card really called Labyrinth? What's the There's no I. They put it a Y. Wow. Just absolutely absurd. Alright, they continue on. So there's one of our finals, but who will be the other person in the finals? Alright, here we are, match number 2 of the finals. On one side of the field, we have Rue, also playing Labyrinth. And on the other side, we have Pale Spell Eater, also playing Labyrinth. So, whoever wins, Labyrinth wins. We've already got one Labyrinth deck in the finals. So it looks like it's going to be a Labyrinth mirror match, followed by a Labyrinth mirror match. It's almost like the newer sets are better than the older ones, as if power creep. Really gotta hand it to Hungry Bear for being the only non-Labyrinth player to make it into finals. Let's take a moment real quick. We really should probably look at what the differences are, because they look almost the same. Okay, so here we've got both decks behind me. On the left over here, we have Rue's deck. On the right, we have Pale Spell Eaters. Obviously, a lot of them fundamentally similar. They're both playing 2 of the field spell, they're playing the Maids. It looks as though Spell Eater has fewer of the small maids. Rue's playing 3 of each, and only one of the big, I don't know the actual name. People in chat are just calling it the mommy. Spell Eater has 2 of them. Looks like they're playing a couple runic cards as well. Really, between the side, it looks like they're almost about the same. The only real big difference I'm seeing is that Rue's playing 3 Drolenlock and playing Book of Eclipse. That doesn't seem to be in Spell Eater's deck whatsoever. So it'll be interesting to see if that ends up being the decider. Yeah, Rue is also playing Lilith, Lady of Lament, which searches all the traps. I believe you gotta go into that. Oh, and they're not playing Backjack. Okay. So we got a couple different differences here. Let's go and watch the actual duel and see how it runs out. Okay, so if we're watching from Rue's perspective here, starts with the Ariane. Ariana, okay. They're really Ariane and Ariana? Okay, gotcha. Setting the Welcome Labyrinth as a quick effect, just going to immediately set 5. There's their Welcome Labyrinth, which pops their Welcome Labyrinth. Just keeping Spell Eater off of cards that get them stuff out of the deck. 16, 18, Compulse, and you can quick effect set a card, and oh, okay. Okay, Reckless Greed, Droll and Lock, so the Droll and Lock comes out. Doing the welcome. They're making sure to get rid of the field spell. Backjack activates, Trap Trick activates to get more Reckless Greed. Just making sure you're gonna skip 2. And wait, I thought Spell Eater wasn't running Lilith, Lady of Lament. Did I get these two confused? Am I absolutely bamboozled? No, I was... Okay, so Spell Eater is playing Lilith. They're playing exactly one Lilith. They have one. Going in, fair... I was like, welcome Labyrinth. Farewell Labyrinth. No, it's farewell come Labyrinth. You always come back for more. When a monster declares an attack while you control a fiend, target a card on the field, negate that attack, and destroy the targeted card. Then you can set one non-Labyrinth normal trap from your hand or deck. So this just sets everything. Just any trap in the game. I see. Gotcha. And a monster left the field, so everything activates. Backjack activating, getting us Runic Spell, which is not what you want to see. Welcome Labyrinth, getting Labyrinth Archfiend. I don't believe we've seen this one. Gains 400 for every normal trap with a different name in your graveyard. Opponent cannot target fiends except for itself. And only use each following. If a trap is activated, special summon this from your hand. If it's special summoned, set a normal trap from your deck that can only be activated when an attack is declared. So, we've got something that can search Mirror Force and Magic Cylinder. Exciting. When you say goodbye, I say hello. Is this a cuckoo clock? Labyrinth Coo Clock with the little bat that looks kind of like the virus thing? Discard this, activate one normal trap the turn it was sent if you control a Labyrinth. Wow, this deck, I'm surprised I'm not hearing more about this deck. This deck does for trap cards what Drytron does for rituals. It just absolutely breaks the entire subtype of cards. Just if you want to search traps from the deck, if you want to activate them the turn they're set, if you want to keep getting them back from the graveyard, just go ahead. Just, add effects onto effects. Archfiend coming out, who is bigger than the mommy, the lovely Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. I don't know, honestly, I feel like mommy might be a better name than lovely. I don't really want to call something lovely. That just sounds weird to me. So, fair welcome Labyrinth met with fair welcome Labyrinth. They're both destroying. Neither goes. A pretty decisive victory on Rue's part. I guess it was just piloting better, or maybe getting a better hand. Hard to say. They used the Droll once. I'm not sure if that really helped, but Rue definitely doing good. We had a poll, and it looks like 69%, nice, think that Rue will win this. We've got one more duel to see if it happens. Alright, this time Spell Eater going first. And I just realized something else I didn't look at. Spell Eater has an extra deck. It's full of Runic and Valiance cards. Not sure if they can actually summon these. Rue's just like, fuck it. I don't need nothing. Okay, we're setting the Welcome Labyrinth, just trying to get monsters on board. That seems to be the way to go. Ghostly Glitch, keeping them off the field spell, sending the Backjack. Special summon this from hand. Backjack. Sets the Compulse. Going down and negating that effect, but the Welcome Labyrinth comes out, so they've already got the mommy. Compulsing it back to the hand. So they managed to keep them off some pretty good stuff, but just looking at the pure card advantage, you know, it's 5-3. That extra draw seems to really have helped. And unfortunately, they just don't have access to getting any of these big beaters. They don't have a Welcome Labyrinth of their own. This can set one. Backjack can maybe hit something, but I could see the backjack not working very well, specifically because it's kind of luck-based. You're hoping you can get some good stuff. Welcome comes out. Send that back to the hand. That triggers, that triggers, that triggers, that triggers. Everything triggers! But it came back. Get to destroy a card, get to set a card. Things are leaving. I can't keep up with all this. This must be how regular people feel like watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Yep, just return it back. And you're just seeing card advantage at work, right? Last turn, Rue had one more card than their opponent. This time, Pale Spell Eater's looking at a single card. Rue's over here with 7. Got more cards than you started with. And top decking the Runic card that negates effect monsters. Not the best. It seems the Runics are not a good splash with the Labyrinth cards. Maybe in a bigger format, but against the other Labyrinths, not so much. Let's go ahead, choose the outcome. Rue has won. The real question is, what's going to happen in finals? Alright, so here we are in the finals. Rue versus Ink Wormling, both on Labyrinth. We already looked through Rue's deck. It occurs to me now that instead of watching that tiny thing, we could just go over and look through their deck and see what they've actually got. It's not as easy to see it all laid out. Looks like they're playing more than one Lilith, and that definitely seems like the way to go. You want to play 3 Lilith. They're playing 3 of both maids, 1 of the big, 2 of the big. Okay. Rue only has 1, just going for that really streamlined effect. And it looks like they're also playing the Runic stuff. Runic and Valiance. They've got 3 of the Freezing Curse to negate some stuff, and that looks to be about it, so very small. They are playing the Blackjack, though, or the Backjack, rather. Again, Rue does not have that. Rue's going for the Reckless. I didn't notice this before. They've got Malice, the other Lady of Lament. They got the Cuckoo Clock. Yeah, and just the 3 Droll Lock. We'll see if that actually ends up working out. I've held a poll, and it looks like 72% of people think that Ink Wormling is going to take this. Let's go check it out. Also, thank you, Kale, for subscribing for 32 months. Holy fuck. Alright, so what have we? Lilith for Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch. They don't even control a Fiend. But they have Welcome Labyrinth, so they can get a Fiend, assuming that doesn't get negated or something. So we've got a monster, we've got a pop. We've got, if they try to attack, they can pop another card and then set a card, and they've got literally anything in their deck. Alright. Ink's going to set a bunch too. Going to end with the Welcome Labyrinth. And then, of course, pop one of those cards so you just have less. They hit the Mist Rune. We're going to Trap Trick, getting the Reckless Greed. Activating that instantly. Getting Lilith. Setting that back. Attack the Farewell. They're going for the Fiend Griefing. You can activate both of these. Setting another Farewell. Contributing that off to get another Reckless Greed. Okay, so now I understand Rue entirely. It's all about that advantage. We didn't see it quite as well last time, but by playing stuff correctly, they're ending on 2... Oh, did they already Reckless Greed? Okay, they already Reckless Greeds, but they've got another one. So they're going to be able to draw 4 cards in one turn and only have to miss 1. Looks like we got a Runic Summon, but it literally didn't do anything. Alright, summon Ariana. Get the Backjack on the field, and just ending. Just passing. Not setting the trap trick because they know they've got the Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch. So no draw for Rue this turn, but it doesn't really matter. They've got so much stuff at this point. They're just going to be sending, they're going to be summoning, they're going to be drawing. Getting another Welcome, destroying a card in the hand, getting this back, which has 4,000 attack, and Ink Wormling just sees the writing on the wall. It's not quite an OTK, but it's pretty damn close to an OTK, and with the Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch still set, and another Welcome Labyrinth, it's pretty much all but assured. And this time, Ink Wormling is going to go first. Let's see how this works out. Going to activate, they're going to set the Welcome Labyrinth, activate the Labyrinth, set the Glitch. So they got a monster, they've got a pop. Oh, that's why this isn't a Labyrinth card, because otherwise it would destroy 2 cards, and that's too powerful. Cuckoo Clock, summoning out Ariana, summoning out the Archfiend, get to draw a free card. Archfiend gets to set the Fair Welcome. Just going to try to pop that, and they're just like, go ahead, pop it. I'm just going to get another one. Sending the Backjack, summoning back Torby. I'm sorry, wait. Labyrinth Stovey Torby. There's just a little Stormy Toby. Is this like Beauty and the Beast or something? With the sentient stoves and the sentient clocks and stuff? Where's the candlestick? Using the Backjack. Okay, looks like things are going fairly good. What is this now? Target 2 Labyrinth spells that are banished or in your graveyard. Shuffle them to the deck. Then if you control a fiend, set a non-Labyrinth trap. I'm sorry, set non-Labyrinth normal traps with different names from your deck equal to the number set. So you just get to shuffle 2 and search 2 non-Labyrinth traps. Just get Ghastly Glitch and Compulse, you know, no big deal. I was like, oh, look, Ink Wormling's actually got some pretty good advantage here. But no. No, Rue's still going to end on fucking 6 cards. I'm sorry, 5 cards. Pretty evenly matched right now. You got a whole bunch more traps here. Of course, if you Compulse this, it doesn't really do anything because this needs to be on the field, so the Compulse in the standby phase. And they're going to pop the Labyrinth. So that goes back. Labyrinth's gone. This comes out, but now it doesn't do a whole lot. Something left, so you can destroy a card in the hand. How many times has this been hit randomly from the hand? Going for the attack, going for the farewell, also the farewell, popping both, or popping neither, and going for the Reckless Greed. And yeah, the Reckless Greed turns out to just be so well in this resource-intensive game. They don't have the ability necessarily to OTK, which is usually what you want to do with Reckless. But you can get a resource loop going where if you've got enough cards, it doesn't matter if you've given up your draw, because you're going to draw off of the maids, you're going to draw and get more cards off of this. You're just getting, and they can reset the Reckless Greed. She just reset it. Just put it back down. Cuckoo Clock coming to hand, discarding. You can activate this the turn it was set. Summon this, put another. That's 36. Got him on the 200. A very clever trick, and unfortunately it doesn't look like enough. The Ghastly Glitch just taking care of that. Resetting stuff, bringing things back. Stovey in attack position. And just Reckless Greed, cause they can. Just resetting, holy shit. Well, Rue was reckless, and it looks as though it paid off. Turns out being reckless is really good when you've got a resource loop that could just allow you to be reckless. So congratulations to Rue. Excellent job. I tip my hat. But anyway, that's enough for now. Let me know if you like this, if you'd like to see more of these deck build challenge tournaments. And if you'd like to join yourself, this is open to anyone who is on my Patreon. You join my Patreon for $1, you can get into the patrons only Discord, and any Discord member can join the tournament. I do not believe they've started the next one yet. This is going to be uploaded pretty quickly, so you still might have some chance to get in the next one. They're doing this every month for the foreseeable future, so check that out if you're interested. And thank you to the tournament organizers, specifically Cat Monarch. They're the one who keeps me upgraded, gives me all these replays and all the deck profiles so I can look over them really quickly. Turned out to be pretty neat. I thought it was fun. Anyway, until next time, good luck and have fun.